This is a huge disruption that allows you to create high quality, minute-long videos based on text prompts. AI is its instant result and unlimited data that you can drop in there.
Tell me a little bit about what's been released now in Google I/O.
So Monday was OpenAI's AI announcement, and the very next day, Tuesday, May 14th, 2024, Google made their announcements. And at the time, I was just trying to get my hands on like the updates when it came to OpenAI, and then Google released their own beasts, which was I would say, even more updates that came to Google. Pretty overwhelming, but I'm gonna simplify the updates. Number one, Google released Gemini 1.5 Pro. What that means is basically just a smarter, better AI. Again, it expands the number of tokens. Basically, what tokens means is just the amount of data that's able to take in. Essentially, at this point, it's just AI is instant. Basically, you should expect instant results and unlimited data that you can drop in there. As we mentioned, images, text, PDFs, Google Sheets, Excel files, it's able to handle all of it. Just throw it in there and ask questions. The second update was a feature called Ask Photos, where you're able to basically ask complex questions from your own photo library. So there's an immense amount of data that's in your own photos. What you do, who you spend time with, what time are you out, what time are you at home, and you're able to tap into your own data and ask specific questions about specific events, details about specific photos, etc. And it's able to tie that in. Number three was Google basically released their Sora competitor. Sora is OpenAI's video generation tool. Well, Google just released their own called the VEO. Interesting names, VEO and Sora, that allows you to create high quality, minute-long videos based on text prompts. So whatever you type out, within a minute or so, you'll get a video output of whatever you typed out. And this is not publicly released yet. I would assume this will be all released within the next month or two. And this is a huge disruption, Neil, for people that are in video production and the creative space. How do you see this pan out, Neil?
Well, I'm wondering how is the image created? Is it from source material that the engine has that it's able to then combine in a video production that would appear as if you were shot with a camera? So is that what we're talking about?
It's essentially whatever you want to type out. So
if I said, prepare me a video on who pays the state tax in Maryland, would it have some talking head?
No, this is more, it's turning scenes. It's like, imagine you want to portray a certain scene. So you type out the description of that scene that you could generate. So what I imagine it will be a huge disruption in the ad space. Back in the day, creating video ads, you have to hire a whole team. And I'm actually doing that today. I'm actually going onto the field to record video ads. I probably won't be doing this in a year. I won't need to hire actors and whole production team and the audio guy to come and do this. I could just say, hey, create a scene of this visual thing that I want you to represent, of the potential problems that my potential clients have. That'll be the hook. And then the second scene will be a person speaking to the camera who's going to talk about the solution that they may be entitled to, and they provide the call to action.
So you essentially provide an overview of the cinematic direction that you want the scene to take and to follow.
Correct. That's huge. Yeah, I feel bad, but this is reality. Imagine the entire video production, movie production, and show production is at risk. It'll take some time. Again, how much time, nobody knows, because our brain isn't meant to be able to even estimate. But whatever it is, we are headed there. Along with that, there was also been updates with generative, what Google calls generative AI in search, which is very relevant and important for lawyers, especially for my fellow lawyers who spend a lot of money on PPC and AdWords. There is some disruption to come here. How, to what capacity, nobody truly knows. I think Google is trying to figure that out. Google probably has the biggest motivation to try to figure it out because they have $1 trillion or $2 trillion to reasons to figure it out. But just imagine, at least now, it's like when you ask Google, and you could actually, the update is already out there. If you go to Google and you ask questions, well, instead of focusing more on search results where it gives you resources, maybe Google will give you the answer first, and then it will also give you the pages on the back end. But for the most part, people expect results to come sooner. So you don't have to. Think about it. Like, what if you need an answer? Why do you need to search something, get 10 different sources for you to go open up each tab until you get your answer? Just give me the information that I need. Give me the answer that I need. And over time, consumers will expect that. And if Google doesn't provide that, then people will start jumping ship to if OpenAI decides to release their own search engine or whatever. So, but that has to be a fine balance to all the services that are right now spending billions of dollars a day on ads to appear on the Google Ads search results and Google LSA search results and all that stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out, how they could find that fine balance, give enough people enough of an answer that they need. So I have some insight today. I think I figured out how it works. Let me just actually share that. So I think what's going to happen is, my guess is that it depends on the type of question that's being asked. It's the type of question that people are looking for an answer, and Google is required to be able to provide the answer. But if it's a question about finding the resources for like a certain type of lawyer, there'll be integration with the answer with ad placements to provide a options of lawyers, not just one lawyer. If it was just one lawyer, then it could be manipulated, but an assortment of potential lawyers that could be hired. So
I see where you access the ChatGPT 4.0, the mobile app. It's a mobile app. It's right there. Okay. Where do I gain access to these Google resources? Is it on the Google homepage, or are there standalone products that will be offered that you bring to the desktop?
So Google's alternative to ChatGPT is called Gemini. And if you go to gemini.google.com, that's where you'll find it. GEMINI.google.com. For the most part, 80% of the time I use ChatGPT foremost as my default search engine. But if it's something that's like research where I need really up-to-date data, I'd rather go to Gemini to use that. And sometimes I use both to see which one do I like more. Over time, I lean towards ChatGPT's responses and more straight to the point, more clear, versus Gemini, it's a little bit more jumbled a little bit. It doesn't give me as much of a clear answer. But again, a prudent user these days would have both of those websites, both ChatGPT and Gemini, in their bookmarks, not hidden in a folder, but right there on your browser, so that you're able to quickly access it and ideally having it open at all times.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and I can see what you're saying. So, well, listen, you're going to educate me. I already feel smarter than when I sat down this morning. So I'm very much excited about continuing to explore this with you, and I'll be a bit of a guinea pig. You're further down that stretch than I am. So I'm very excited about that. And so something to really look forward to in the coming episodes here of The Law Entrepreneur. What do we have in mind for next week?
Next week, we're going to continue the value with the top AI tools your law firm needs right now. Okay. I have a resource of over 100 AI tools that's stored in Lawyer Club. We haven't really pitched Lawyer Club. It's our free community for lawyers. If you want all the resources you could possibly imagine for free, just go to joinlawyerclub.com. You'll be able to get access to our community. And once you join our community, if you go under Classroom, you'll find a little section called Best AI Tools for Lawyers. There's over 100 lawyers that I've handpicked specifically for law firm owners and lawyers. That's there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight at least 5 of those top AI tools that I think are crucial that every lawyer should be using now.
Wow. I'm very much looking forward to that. So, all right. Well, that'll wrap things up for today. I want to thank you again, Sam, for being with us and agreeing to take on this responsibility as we move forward. I couldn't, as I said, be more excited about passing that baton on. And I look forward to having everybody join us again next week for episode 403 of The Law Entrepreneur. And until then, thanks so much to my friend Sam and to our listeners.